How did you rethink your life? Because you were a corporate guy,
Yes.
you lived very traditionally, and now you are the global entrepreneur who
Yeah.
started from scratch, and you're sharing the big stages, and you are an investor in different companies as
Yeah.
well, and you achieve these freedoms. How did you achieve that?
Yeah, so I reached that stage that I just described of frustration, stress in 2009.
What were you into before
Yeah,
doing
I
what
worked
you...
as an engineer in medical devices, a US multinational, Boston Scientific in Ireland. And I'd been there 9 years. I was a director. I had bought 2 houses right at the worst possible timing because that's what everybody was supposed to do. It wasn't the bubble, or so we were told. And suddenly things changed, and I found myself hundreds of thousands of euros in debt. Not quite overnight, but over a period of months. And I felt I had done everything correctly. And I didn't know back then that the word mortgage comes from the Latin word mortir, meaning death. Like mortgage literally means debt until death. We can see why mortgage brokers are happy we don't speak Latin anymore. But, even if it was the debt until death broker, we might question, maybe I should think twice about doing this. But anyway, I was in this situation where I massive negative equity. I had a degree in biochemistry. I had a diploma in chemical engineering. I was a project management professional. I had a master's in business administration. So I had an MBA.
Wow.
And I was hundreds of thousands in debt. And I was, everybody was telling me how proud I should be of myself. I said, well, hang on a second. I don't own my car. I don't own either of these houses. I'm sleeping in the single room to allow myself to rent out the other 2 so that I can afford the mortgage. And it just seemed like if you spoke about it too loud, people immediately respond with, but everybody else is in the same boat. What's the problem? I said, well, I'm in debt. They said, oh no, that doesn't count. So what do you mean it doesn't count? Well, it's your mortgage. Everybody has one. So you find that the more you speak up about these kind of things, the more you get pushed back with the everybody's in this situation, so let's not talk about it. What I was getting to is this element of, well, what if we just took a step out for a moment and just rethought about this situation, had a little bit of a rethink, and said, how did I end up where I'm at now? And if I keep doing exactly what I did, what's the outcome likely to be? And as John Assaraf, my friend, says from The Secret, he says, if you keep doing what you always did, you'll keep getting what you always got. And most people just nod their head and go, yeah, it's like what Einstein says about insanity, doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. Everyone goes, yeah, smart. And yet that's exactly what we do. But what I found is if you rethink a lot of what you're doing, there isn't an enormous change that's really required in many instances to get the results that you actually want. It's just that we're surrounded by groupthink as opposed to rethink. And it's much more comfortable to stay within that group